Hi, in this video on my Raspberry Pi binary counter controlled by the RaspberryPi2, I continue where I left last time, which is with the discovery that my code on the Raspberry Pi 1 side was not entirely correct, and that turned out to be, let me scroll down, that this GPIO pin was defined but not implemented. So I have to rewrite at least part of the code so that here, which I previously had stated input side is 0, has probably to be reverse state because the non-reverse state is counting up and the reverse state is intended to be to count down from 7 down to 0. So the input state is to activate the counting and the reverse state to count down. And right now I have to find out how I'm going to establish that, so that in the variable input state with string 0 indeed only starts the counting, because then it means that if it is in reverse state and not input state is 0 or input state is 1, then it doesn't count down, and with input state is 0, that it or input state is 1, I'll have to find that out, is counting down in this case, or counting up because reverse state is 0. So when both are 1, it should count down, and that I have to find out. And upon rethinking the way I put this code together, it can be quite simple, because the example I took the whole code from, or upon I based my code, only had an input state to let a LED burn. I extended that part to all 7 LEDs, all 3 LEDs, which means digits 0 to 7, but it still was input state. So when I try to add the reverse state, what I should do, I think, is to put the reverse state inside the if of the input state. So it's becoming an if loop within an if loop, and that is, I think, the solution for the whole problem. So that is what I'm going to do next. Now what's going on here? Okay, so still checking for the input state. Then first, and I will indent it later on, and this is still the reverse state, but I have to probably move this into here, but right now I'm going to leave it here where it is. And then of course the reverse state ends right here, and let me see if that is correct. It looks like it, that is correct. If I put my mouse on it, over it, this is the if. So here has to come another bracket, and this is always a hard part. Reverse state, and here there's another input state. So it is not as simple as that. Input state is 0, reverse state and here it's a reverse state, and here again input state. So the point is, where should this input state go? Should it stay input state, etc.? I'll have to figure that out. Another solution is, since I have an input state and a reverse state, the input state is, as earlier mentioned, 1 for the counting and 0 for the non-counting. Reverse is up, when reverse is 0 it counts up, reverse is 1 it counts down. So here, when I have a single input if statement for both conditions, it will simply it should simply do it. And let's see, because input state 0, and right here, let me go there very quickly. And here it is not input state is 1, but reverse state is 1. And I think I have to change that here as well. Yes. So let me see how this is. The reverse state is 1, which is correct, and reverse state is 0. As you can see, I did not delete the the old if statements. I do that on purpose because something may have to be changed. Here I still have GPO 13 and 26, and now I don't have a nested if, so well, yes, it is nested, but this is quite different from what this would have been. So let's compile it. See if I made no mistakes. I did make a mistake. 402. See out is not a name. That will without a doubt be caused by something else. And the question is, by what? It has something to do with an accolade there. And these are always the hardest parts. Where is the unexpected error? So let me find that out first. As you can see, the problem has been solved, and the cause of the problem was that with the previous thought solution of a nested if, I put right down in the code an extra accolade, and that was the problem. So I removed it and now it compiles fine. So, in order to check whether this is indeed the solution, I have to, yes, that is fine. Start here, start here. And let's see if everything works as supposed to be. Here you see all three LEDs. However, what I notice is that it isn't going as quickly as intended. $14.35 here. And this says reverse. Let me enlarge this window. This is the first, and in the meantime 36 is 1 minute and 20 seconds, and then a loop counts. And here it says input state 1, reverse state 0. So what did it say? Have to be more careful. And here it says 0 0. Here it says 1 0. First LED is burning. Again, so probably this LED is once again having problems. Let's just wait and see what happens. I expect this LED to burn and not this one, because this one should have shown and it doesn't, which means right now it is 3, and yes, what I just said happens. This LED is not doing what it should do, broken or not, and that means that it's now digit 4. Then this one should burn, and that means that the reverse is not doing anything, because then this should go off and this on, while I expect this one to keep burning and this one to go on, which means 5 and counting up. So the big question is this alright or is this not alright? And my expectation once again becomes true, because this one is burning and this one is burning, which means it's counting up slowly and not counting down. And the big delay may be caused by the fact that the counting down is not showing, and as you can see here it's 20 seconds, so probably 20 seconds wait plus 20 seconds or something like that, because this is reverse and this is go forward. That may cause the big delay in showing, but it does not show, or it does not explain why the reverse is not working. And I expect it to skip this LED again and go to 0. Which is not the case. 5, yes, of course. Now it is 6, because this was 5. This one is not burning but is 6. Then this one should go on in a while. But once again, in quite a while. And to make things better visible, I should remove all or comment out all these input states with loop counts. It's quite obfuscating the whole thing. and here you can see 40, and next is 42. So that's a long time waiting. And yes, we are at 7 without the second LED burning, and indeed in 2 minutes time it will go off everything. So I have to dive deeper into the problem. Unfortunately, this was not the solution I expected it to be. And yes, Ctrl C is pressed, but that will take some time. In the meantime, I dive deeper into the code. As an ending for this time, I will remove all these lines, and that is just this one, because it is no use for now to keep it in. Let me see if there is another one. Yes, there's a repeat. Oops, that is not the point. This one. And this one can go out. So let's see how that cleans everything up. This is no problem. Yes, of course. This is the problem. It takes a while to compile, but let's see if the show reverse state is yet the bottleneck. Start with 0, or with 1 I mean. Yeah, there's still clutter, of course. So, in order to make things clear what actually does happen in total, I will have to do a more thorough cleanup of the code, because it may help for a while, but in the end it should be commented out or removed entirely. And now you can see that the second LED is burning. So it is a complete mystery to me why the previous run, the second LED is not burning at all, and now as you can see it is burning. Less bright than this one or this one, but it is burning nevertheless. And that is a complete mystery why it does burn, or why it does not burn. because this is what I expect it to do. In the end, for now, yes, see, it is counting 3 now. In the end, it does not do exactly what I want. Things take too long, it doesn't reverse counting, etc. So I'll leave it for now, and it has some continuation. So thank you for watching, and to be continued.